Welcome and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Rogers and I'm working in partnership with the Education Service Center Region 6 to present this module on building positive behavior in young children with special needs. The main focus of our time together will be on the power of voice, communication for all. The goals of this module are to understand the connection between communication and behavior, to develop communication tools and systems to build a voice, and perhaps most importantly, to implement communication tools and systems consistently. While this module has been especially developed for educators working with young children, including those with special needs, all who are interested in this topic are welcome to join. Let us begin with a look at our agenda. The power of voice, communication for all, starts with communication and behavior connections, followed by communication tools and systems, creating opportunities for communication, and giving a voice to all children. There are many ways to communicate to children, including those with special needs. A schedule communicates upcoming activities to a child. A first-then board communicates when preferred activities will happen, and a surprise card communicates to a child when there is a change in the routine. Communication to children with special needs includes a variety of visual cues, checklists, visual timers, universal sign for no, and so many more. Each is vital to promoting communication to children. In doing so, educators increase receptive understanding in children. As people, we use language to understand the world around us and to convey our thoughts and feelings. This is the basis of both receptive and expressive language. Receptive communication, or understanding, is only half of the communication connection. Children with special needs often have difficulty making themselves understood. Often this difficulty in communicating their needs, wants, and feelings can result in increased problematic behaviors such as frustration, aggression, or acting out in a variety of ways to get that message across. Applied Behavior Analysis, or ABA, sets the foundation that all behavior is a form of communication. But what might a child be trying to communicate? That is the question. Here are but a few examples to help gain the perspective of a child that is struggling with their communication skills. Imagine not being able to say, "I don't want that. I'm tired. I feel sick. This is too hard. I need a drink. I want to go outside. It is too loud. My shoes are too tight." Any one of these could lead to frustration when there's not the ability to convey these thoughts, feelings, and needs. So, in addition to building receptive language, each child must be empowered to build their expressive communication skills. Communication tools and systems become a vehicle for children to express their needs, ideas, feelings, dislikes, and questions. Think of all the ways that you communicate each and every day. Can you imagine a life without that voice and the power to get your needs met that comes with that voice? With this in mind, we all agree that there is a direct impact of communication struggles and challenges on a child's behavior in ways that cannot be denied. Many challenging behaviors actually serve a communicative function. Therefore, communication tools aim to replace disruptive or challenging behavior with more appropriate and effective forms of communication. Communication tools may be essential to prevent challenging behavior, while also providing a voice for play, learning, and social relationships. Let's build on this understanding of the connection between communication and behavior by exploring tools and systems to build expressive communication. In this next video, let's watch how a young man is empowered to share an important message with his family. After all, everyone deserves a voice.
Tell Christian, what do you want to do?
I want to play with the wrestling guys.
2 days after having the device, Enrique got ill We took him to the doctors and we couldn't figure out what he wanted. And we realized, oh, we have a device now. So we gave him the device and we said, what do you want?
Is this Superman?
So he touches the device and he says, please be quiet. And I looked at my husband and I said, there's no way he knows what that means. He just got the device 2 days ago.
Give it to me.
No.
My husband said he's never been able to vocalize, please be quiet. He said, maybe he does. Can you ask him again? So I said, Enrique, you want mommy and daddy to be quiet? And he takes the iPad and he goes on to the opening app of Proloquo. And he goes, yes, thank you, I'm sorry. And that's when we realized he understands exactly and he knows what he wants.
I want to read a book, please.
Great. What books do you like? What's your favorite book?
His progression in language and speech has been miraculous because we started with just one word and he is now creating full grammatically correct sentences. The Proloquo has really allowed us to see how unique Enrique is and how keen his visual memory is.
With the keyboard, can you spell your name?
He remembers where things are in the device and is able to access things that the professionals don't remember where they were, and he knows and he gets it immediately. You show him something once and he has it.
Enrique.
Very nice. Can you use the keyboard again? How old are you?
The other children at school, whenever they would pass by, they would always just cringe sometimes in fear. They thought that was a little bit freaky and like a little creepy that he wasn't able to speak. And now, since he has a voice, they're not afraid to speak to him. Just seeing everybody just care for him now, it makes me a lot more confident that he's going to have a definitely better future.
He understood everything I have been saying to him for the past 9.5 years. And thanks now to the Proloquo to go.
Goodbye.
He was able to express to me how he felt, what he wanted, what he needed, his desires. There's no more guessing anymore.
So much to celebrate with Enrique's story. While we all agree that everyone deserves a voice, why is Enrique 9 years old before he experiences the power of communication, when clearly he was able to understand the entire time? What are some common obstacles that you have experienced or seen? Take a moment and reflect. Perhaps you have experienced one of these scenarios. Educators or families might feel like there is a lack of prerequisite skills and that those are necessary to build expressive communication. Or there are a lack of resources or even knowledge about how to access those resources. Or have you heard, they're so young, let's wait and see, losing precious and valuable time? Or the misconception that communication tools will prevent verbal development. We want them to talk, so let's not give them something that might prevent that from happening. Another obstacle might be when the child can actually get messages conveyed with their body language, facial expression, or gestures. This is called unaided communication. However, with only unaided communication, a child's world might be very small and have more frustration than necessary. For instance, a child might be pointing at the refrigerator, but you interpret this as, oh, they want something to eat. But really, they're trying to tell you that they want some ice in the drink, something very specific and very different. It is through aided communication that we can tailor these tools and systems to promote individual strengths, to address their needs, and to empower with the voice. While educators and parents will always honor and interpret those unaided communication messages, such as the gesture, the facial expression, the sound, it is just as important to provide an aided communication tool that will empower a child to have a voice, to communicate different ideas in different places with different people. Looking at aided communication may include anything from low-tech to mid-tech to even high-tech. The team will consider the student's strengths, needs, and interests to determine the best aided communication tool. For those concerned that augmentative and alternative communication interventions might inhibit speech, there is actually research to the contrary. Instead, AAC may support speech production. We must put these misconceptions aside, for it is in the early years that we have critical years for language development. If a child with a language delay receives extra support from the important adults in his or her life, we can see significant gains. Early language intervention is critically important for children to develop the communication skills necessary for future success in their academic and personal lives. Simply put, the earlier a child receives the help he or she needs, the better the language outcomes will be.
With your number? Huh. Good job! Good job. You want more? More drink? Good job. Oh, big drink.
Look, here's orange.
Orange.
Should we open?
Open
Orange? Open orange. Open orange.
orange.
Right orange. O R A N G E. Orange. Look, should I close orange? Should we close it?
Close.
Close.
Yellow.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Which one's yellow? There it is. Hey, you opened yellow. I'm gonna write yellow. Okay. Testing my writing upside down skills. Y-E-L-L-O-W. Yellow.
Yellow. Alright. Black. What? Eat. Cheetos. I love to eat Cheetos.
Of course you do. He's a man with a mission. What should we write?
Right. Cheetos. Right Cheetos.
We're just all about Cheetos.
Right Cheetos.
She did write it. Put it.
He's checking your spelling.
Yeah. He's like, does that look? Don't judge my handwriting. Brady, what did I write?
Cheetos.
Cheetos. Let's try something else. Let's clear out.
Right. Green. Right green. Green.
Green.
Blue. Blue.
We're not promised tomorrow, so I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Easy standing. I won't take evil, go ahead. Cause when we run out of time, I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you.
While each child's journey is different, Brady reminds us that as a child grows and develops, so might their communication tools and systems. Collaboration between educators, speech and language pathologists, and families is critical when determining where to begin and how to grow over time as the child grows.
Drink.
There you go. Great. You wanted your drink. Yeah. Hi, that's him saying hi. Yes.
Matthew is a happy child.
You want to give Mommy a hi?
How are you? How you doing? My name is Marlo Lemon, and I'm Matthew's mom.
You see yourself?
He has a really funny sense of humor. He's very visually stimulated. You know, initially when you have a child that's nonverbal, people often ask, well, you know, how do they communicate? And I always say my goal, yes, I want Matthew to be able to talk. But I had to broaden my horizons and you know what? You want him to be able to communicate.
Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want your drink? I started working with Matthew several years ago. There you go. I'm Sarah Beth Schaff, and I'm a speech-language pathologist here at Trellis School. When he wasn't talking and he wasn't able to imitate at that time, I decided it was time to implement another functional mode of communication for him. So we started with a picture exchange communication system, which is very widely known. I want, eat, popcorn. That was probably the first time in his life he had functional communication across a variety of contexts that really worked for him.
He was doing really well with PECS, and as a result, that's why we asked for, could we possibly, you know, use an assistive technology device to help him with communication.
Cookie.
Yum. The beauty of this device is the capacity for him to communicate is vast. You want to start with the core. We use core vocabulary words. Core vocabulary words are words like eat, drink, stop, play, go, more.
Eat.
Here you go. It speaks, so he speaks.
Drink.
Drink! Sure. There's your drink. You want to play? You find places where they're most motivated. You put the core into it.
Go.
You want to go? Let's go.
Go.
Good job. Go. Hey, my turn. Can I have a sip? Today he was doing well with the word turn.
Turn.
It wasn't taking as much prompting as it sometimes does, so then I wanted to increase the difficulty. I add words while I'm working with him. So I want to add the word my. So I just went ahead and added it. So now I have the word my, so I can do my turn.
Turn.
It increases the amount of hits you're going to push, and it's a little bit harder.
My. Turn.
My turn.
Good. Here you go. These devices on a typical day are with him all the time.
Come.
The speech therapist needs training on it, and then the family also needs training on it. One of the best things about this device is it's dynamic, so it's changing with us all the time. So we can work with the displays and make it fit exactly what we're trying to teach him.
Eat. Cookie.
Eat cookie, good job. That was really exceptional. He said eat cookie. He said the whole phrase completely independently. And that was 4 hits. So the first time today when he was eating cookies, I've never seen him eat those cookies. I could tell he loved those cookies. So in the moment, I want yum on there. Yeah, you want to say yum.
Yum.
Cookies are yummy. So now in this moment, we've started using 2 comments. which is something we're working with Matthew on, saying like and yum. And that's really important for him not to just be requesting using the device, but using it for a variety of communicative intents. What do you want?
Cookie.
Cookie. And when the next time he ate cookies, he was very pleased with that. You wanted to say yum. Let me teach you. Yum starts at the top. Eyes on. Look, this is yum.
Yum.
Yum. You wanted to say yum.
Yum. Yum.
Yum. To me, the goal for Matthew is to confidently, functionally, and proudly communicate.
Through giving him a way to communicate, we've decreased behaviors tremendously. I would say start off with the pitch exchange communication system. Once he got to having 4 to 6 pictures on the front of his textbook, it's like, you know what, we can take it up another level. As his mom, you know, my expectations have always been really high. I'm like, we're going to maximize Matthew's potential. He can, you know, and we truly do believe that he will be able to talk.
We will never say that a child won't talk. He absolutely may talk. But right now, he has this.
Like.
You like music? Yeah, let's do music.
Just because he's nonverbal does not mean he doesn't have a lot to say.
More.
More. That's more.
Wow. It's given him a voice.
Yum. Yum.
Every child does have a lot to say. And it is through aided communication that they are given a voice to do just that. From low-tech to mid-tech to high-tech, let's explore just a few options. Let's start with feelings charts. A feelings chart can be a simple and powerful tool to help a child have a voice to convey those inner feelings, those inner emotions, especially as they are starting to get a little too big. By communicating that they are starting to have a problem and they are maybe at a 3, you are able to provide some support so that we can prevent further escalation. This expressive communication tool promotes self-regulation and can serve to prevent more challenging behaviors in response to those big feelings. How important are choices in your life? I think we all agree that they are fundamental to the human condition. When we have choices, we gain a sense of control over our own lives. A simple choice board can empower a child to have a voice during almost any part of their day, from break times to snack times to recess. Choices at center time not only promote more positive engagement, but also increase self-regulation. Studies about self-regulation have shown that it is not about the child having the sheer willpower to control impulses, but rather having lots of strategies and opportunities to help them regulate those impulses in real time. An I Need Help card is an expressive communication tool that teaches how to ask for help as a replacement behavior for tearing up materials, screaming, or even eloping out of frustration. Whether a child is nonverbal or has some emerging language, an I Need Help card can help prevent frustration related to difficult tasks. And how important are breaks for all of us to keep our motivation up, to keep us moving forward? This is an expressive communication tool that can diffuse frustration or a feeling of sensory overload. By giving a break card, I can be empowered to say, I need some time for me right now so that I can come back and show you my best self. How many times on any given day might you say something like, no thank you, please don't do that, I don't want that? Probably quite a few. Without being able to communicate this effectively, a child might scream, throw, kick, hit, or even bite to get that message across. But with a communication tool, they have an appropriate way to make a protest, to say, no thank you. As you explore different low-tech communication tools, there are many free resources. One such resource is available at Practical AAC. Another free resource is through Project Core, where you will find many free downloads in addition to training videos. When selecting the right core vocabulary board for your student, Think of the words that are most frequently needed for them to be successful in their everyday life. Common needs, preferred interests, favorite activities, favorite toys and items. The Universal Core Selection Tool provided through Project Core has been designed to help you determine which of the common Universal Core vocabulary formats might be a good fit for the individual that you are working with. After you answer the questions, you will be directed to the format that is likely to be a good place to begin. For children whose movement may be limited, eye-gaze communication provides an important outlet for expressive communication. This may be accomplished with low-tech in the form of an eye-gaze board or with high-tech such as AAC with eye-tracking devices. Once again, through collaboration, educators, speech and language pathologists, and families will determine whether low, mid, or high-tech will be the best fit for each child. Let's explore this process in the following video.
In this podcast, we look at how the AT cycle, a research-based tool, is used in a real-world scenario to help a 4-year-old child communicate more effectively. Libby recently tested about 2 years below her age level in several developmental areas, including cognitive, expressive, and personal social abilities. She receives special instruction, physical therapy, and motor development, and attends half-day preschool 3 days a week. The first step in the AT cycle for Libby's team is to consider AT. Here, the team looks at her present levels of achievement and functional performance, her IEP goals, and her environment. And they identify the tasks that will lead to her accomplishing those goals and any supports, including AT, that she might need to complete those tasks. In considering Libby's present levels, the team sees that she typically plays by herself, uses a limited vocabulary, and speaks so softly that she's difficult to understand. The team isolates several IEP goals that Libby doesn't seem capable of reaching independently at this point, using her own name, requesting activities, and communicating play intentions. The IEP team determines that an augmentative alternative communication, AAC, voice output device might help Libby attain these goals. In the second step of the AT cycle, choose and trial AT, the team selects a voice output device that allows Libby to push pictures to generate recorded words. The preschool's speech-language pathologist and Libby's teacher will collect data on Libby's use of the device during a 2-week trial period so the team can determine whether it's a good match for Libby's needs and if it's helping to improve Libby's achievement toward her IEP goals. Implementing AT is the third step of the AT cycle. This step serves as an action plan for how Libby's AT device will be used throughout her day. The team has the speech-language pathologist create various overlays for the AT device so that Libby will be able to use it in a couple of different contexts. One overlay has multiple snack choices, like milk, juice, and crackers, while another includes pretend play choices, like baby, bottle, and sleep. The SLP also trains Libby's other teachers on creating more overlays and on strategies to improve Libby's use of the device at school and home so she can achieve the goals first identified when considering the use of AT. The final step of the AT cycle is to monitor progress. Libby's team routinely reviews data collected regarding her use of the AT device. They find that Libby has begun successfully using the device during play and snack time at preschool. This leads them to expand its use into additional areas of the preschool, the art room, and during bubble play, and to try new strategies that may help Libby increase her spontaneous use of the device. This simple, easy-to-use process empowers teams to select the appropriate assistive technology option for each child, and that allows all of our students to succeed.
fully embracing that everyone deserves a voice, from low tech to mid, high tech, or any combination. Let's meet Emily.
When we first met Emily, she was being taught to use switches to communicate, mostly during her snack times. Emily didn't seem to have a meaningful connection with communication to others, but we knew she had a lot to tell us. We needed to find the right tools to help her. For Emily, she needed a hands-on, tangible way to make connections with communication. We chose the Prox Talker because we were able to make 3-dimensional tags that had voice output. This really helps make language come to life for Emily. We started with basic requests to get Emily familiar with the system. Our teachers would show her 2 items that we knew she liked. Once she chose what she wanted by tapping the item, she was immediately given the corresponding 3D tag and prompted to place the tag on the device to make voice output. This worked well to introduce the concept of a communication exchange, but it wasn't enough for Emily to initiate. We quickly changed our teaching method. We added shorter sessions that were about 3 minutes in length more frequently throughout the day. We kept the tags of 2 choices on the device for Emily. We would tell her what each of the choices were on the Prox Talker. When Emily would reach out to touch a tag, we provided a prompt to help her push the tag down to create the voice output. We saw just after a few trials that Emily was making the connection. She was reaching out on her own to touch the tags to tell us what she wanted. She would choose tags that were both in the left and right positions, especially if it was for pretzels. We would rotate the tags out and bring in new choices every 4 to 5 trials so that she could learn more tags. Emily is happy when she has her time throughout the day to use her device. Communication is becoming meaningful for her.
Once the team has determined the most appropriate communication tools or system, then it is time to create opportunities for communication to occur as naturally, frequently, and consistently as is possible. Creating opportunities for communication to occur often begins with capitalizing on highly preferred activities. For many children, snack or meal times are naturally built for success, highly motivating, and definitely an opportunity to express communication. Incorporating communication throughout the day will require deliberate thinking and planning to expand beyond snack and meal times. Some examples might include opportunities for greeting, requesting materials, identifying colors, shapes, letters, identifying feelings, answering questions, whether it be literature, math, anything that might require a social interaction such as taking turns.
Bless you. Thank you, Carlos. Yes. Yeah, Carlos' turn. You're good sharing. Carlos, what do you want? Who is that? You see the doggy in the window? Look at. What do you want? We don't have bed. We have couch, or we have couch. Oh, couch. Good job. Look at what's this? Look, what did you find? Carlos. Couch. Couch. Yeah. Ball. Ball.
Yay! Good job. Good job, Nolan. Look, Carlos. Nolan's turn. Look, it's Nolan's turn. Give to Nolan.
Quiet, Bonnie. Hand to Nolan.
Tell me, what do you want?
Good.
Ouch. Oh, no ball. It's good job. Carlos, what do you want to open?
Toy.
Toy? Which one? Look, we have
First,
stove
first
or
pick one,
sink.
then you get.
Carlos, come back. What do you want, bathroom?
Oh, because he earned it.
Oh.
Any motivating activity can be a natural opportunity to incorporate communication, and any environment can be a place to promote communication, even the playground. Think of the endless possibilities that exist throughout instruction as well, literacy and beyond.
Hi guys, it's Tuesday, so it's time for your Tuesday Tech Tip from Basque. We're going over some literacy ideas. So we are going to be reading the book, Brown Bear, What Do You See? It's a great book because it has those repeated lines. So we have a variety of voice output buttons that you can use to help with the repeated lines. So we've got our Say It Rockin' Plate, where we have 2 of our lines recorded for the book. So, Brown Bear, what do you see?
Brown Bear, what do you see?
In the second part of the book, I see a red bird looking at me. For kiddos, that might do well with just having a single output button. So you would read, Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird. All right, so there you have it, your Tuesday Tech Tip from Basque. Thanks.
When using a communication tool, whether it is low, mid, or high tech, we begin by finding a motivating activity. Then we make sure that the tool is available, it's visible and easily accessible. Start by choosing a word and model. Model without expectation, but hope. And we pause to invite a response from the student. Often this is referred to as fun, pause, and wait. As you watch the following video, keep in mind these communication tips. Praise every communication attempt. Inspire, don't require.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna eat some more. Yeah. Did you get a yellow one?
Yellow.
You're gonna put the yellow one in his mouth? He likes the purple one.
Papa.
Mm-hmm.
Papa. When eating.
It is round. More.
No. Eating.
More, please, he says. Yum, yum. He's happy to be eating all this food.
Eating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want him to cook it with his spatula first? Mm-hmm. I hear you saying eating. Good. He is eating.
In order to build a voice and ensure that communication systems are effective, it will be critically important to provide training to all staff and family involved. It will also be important to ensure that the communication system is available at all times, not just during snack, meal, or specific training times. Be sure to explicitly teach how to use the communication system and collect data as you are doing so. This will inform the process over time. By creating multiple, purposeful opportunities to practice expressive communication throughout the day, you are building and giving a voice to all children, perhaps the most essential tool for a successful and meaningful life. The Communication Bill of Rights from the American Speech and Language Hearing Association, or ASHA, emphasizes that each person has the right to request, refuse, express, be offered choices, and be able to reject those choices. Each person also has the right to ask for and receive information about changes in their routine in the environment. Receiving intervention to improve communication skills. It is the job of every educator, speech and language pathologist, and parent to provide that intervention.
It has been estimated that over 4 million people are unable to communicate through natural speech. Part of my role as a speech-language pathologist is to provide a voice for nonverbal children through alternative and augmentative communication devices, or AAC. Sadly, many nonverbal children don't have consistent access to their speech-generating devices throughout the day. In fact, 95% of the speech-language pathologists I surveyed view this as a widespread challenge. Today, I am sharing an extraordinary video from a special group of children in South Africa. Their unforgettable voices have given my poem, Please Don't Leave My Voice on the Shelf, far more meaning than I ever could have imagined.
What do you do when you have no choice? When you rely on AAC to serve as your voice? AAC is my bridge. It's my sense of self. So please, don't leave my voice on the shelf.
I don't always know which buttons to press. So I need more opportunities to press them. Not less.
When I'm tired or sad. And want to fade like a ghost. That is when I need it the most.
When I have my voice, I preserve my dignity. Please teach me with patience. Please take responsibility.
It may not seem like I notice, but I may know. When my device runs out of power, I do too.
So lift me up. Let me be myself. Please don't leave my voice on the shelf.
You can download this poem and learn more about this special group of students and their speech pathologist by visiting creativespeechlab.com/hearmyvoice. Please share this video to spread awareness about the importance of providing consistent access to AAC. And to continue the conversation, follow the hashtag HearMyVoice. Thank you.
Diego Peña, a young boy with autism, is also an author. In his book, Anatomy of Autism, he writes, "Communication is vital to life, but is taken for granted by those with a voice. Communication is more than talking. It's the lifeline to love, friendship, needs, and success. Thank you for your commitment to building that lifeline, empowering each child to have a voice." For additional information and support, please contact your district special education department or Pam Bumpus, the Early Childhood for Special Education Specialist at the Education Service Center, Region 6. It has been my pleasure to spend this time with you, and I wish you all the best on your journey.